Welcome back everyone, James here at J-Man Travels. Today, I actually have a really cool flight flying on Delta's A330-300 up in business class. I'm flying from Minneapolis down to Phoenix. Domestic flight is considered first class, but I'm really excited. This is the first international plane I've been on, first widebody I've ever been on. I took it to France for the first time, but I wasn't up in business, I was in economy. So now I'm really excited, get to try Delta's older Delta 1 seat that they have on these planes. So really excited. Let's go ahead and check it out and see how it is.
So much, Mr.
And thanks for waiting. All passengers from Phoenix, welcome on board at this time, gate number F14. All
Thanks very
passengers
much.
also from Phoenix,
How are
welcome
you
on
today,
board
sir?
gate
Good, how
number
are you?
F14.
Mr. Ransom, thanks for clapping. Do you know where you're sitting?
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome aboard.
Even though this is the older Delta 1 seat, it is still set up in a 1-to-1 configuration, so everyone gets direct aisle access. My seat for today's trip was 8 Alpha. That means I was in the back of the business class cabin, so I had this beautiful view of the wing on takeoff. After waving goodbye to Target and getting up to cruise, I decided to take a walk through the cabin. One of the main reasons why I picked Delta's A330 on my first international trip several years ago was because of the 242 setup. I was traveling with a friend and it was really nice that we had the 2 seats on the side by the window to ourselves. The other nice thing about the A330 is that it has the brand new IFE in it, so the screens are nice, they work really well, it's a really comfortable setup. Currently, Delta's A330 has 219 seats in main cabin, 40 seats up in Delta Comfort, and 34 seats in Delta 1. Delta will be retrofitting these planes and they will feature Delta Premium Select in the new Delta 1 suites. I'm really excited for that. That also means that these planes are going to stick around for a long time, and I really like the A330. It's a really nice, comfortable plane. However, for today's flight, I'm in the reverse herringbone setup, and the seats are getting a little old and they're starting to show their age, but more on that later. For now, I'll show you the food that we got on board. Delta is still serving snack boxes. That's right, it's been a year and a half and we're still having snack boxes. Now, Delta is bringing back hot meals on premium transcon routes, and they're going to be slowly, very slowly adding them back to other routes. Honestly, I'm ready for hot food to come back. I think it's been way too long. United's starting to add it back, American's starting to add some other food options back. Delta really needs to step it up. One of my biggest complaints about the A330 is that there's not much storage space. In fact, as you can see, I have everything on my lap and everything piled up on the side. You know, I picked up some snacks and chips from the lounge earlier, but still, there's just not a lot of space in the seat to put your stuff. One thing I am glad about is that Delta did bring back drinks. So instead of just having beer or wine, you can now get Prosecco. They do have canned old fashions and they have canned margaritas, and they're both pretty good. I really like them. I've got another video where I just tried those out going from Denver to Seattle. You should go ahead and check that out on my channel. But for today's flight, we were just going for Prosecco. I was kind of enjoying the fact that it was back on board. I set up the snack box so you can get an idea of everything that was in there. The little Biscoff cookie on the bottom left, that's for everybody. That's a Delta signature thing. But for first class, the snack box, it was okay. I mean, it gives you something to do. It's kind of filling, but it's not like a full meal. Personally, my favorite was the beef jerky. That stuff is really good. I had it for the first time on Alaska, and I'm really glad that Delta picked it up. Beef jerky is wonderful. I also have to say, the flight attendants were wonderful on this flight. She even came around and she gave me the drink card so I can show you guys everything that they have, all the Coke and other products, and Starbucks coffee that's finally back. That was maybe the hardest thing about the last year and a half, was having no coffee for the morning. Well, that's no good, so they finally brought back Starbucks coffee. This also gives you an idea of what's in the snack boxes, but hopefully these things will be gone very soon. Delta's in-flight entertainment is probably one of my favorite. You have plenty of movies, TV shows, audio you can listen to, games. You can even connect other people to other seats and play games with them. It's really, really good. Now, the screen on this seat maybe wasn't working the best, but it definitely got the job done. And like I said, these are going to be retrofitted in the next few years anyway, and they'll have the new Delta One seats. But for now, this seat works really, really nice, and I love Delta's in-flight entertainment. One thing that they seem to be missing is the live TV. I actually really like watching Shark Tank, especially at night on the night flights home. It's really cool, but apparently on this plane you don't have that. I'm not sure if that's standard on all wide bodies or just the A330. Let me know down in the comments. The seat controls for the A330 are located right next to the TV screen, and I found them to be pretty easy to use and pretty self-explanatory. You also have the remote located right next to that, and also above your seat controls you have the button that brings the TV out. Normally that's stowed away and you can't really see it. Push the button, pops right out. After checking out the seat, I settled in for the flight and had my snacks. After having my snacks, I laid the seat down to see how well I would fit, and well, I'm 6'3", and I do fit, but the footwell is pretty tiny. You can see it kind of comes into a tight point there. There's not too much space, but overall, the seat had plenty of length, and this was a day flight after all, so I didn't really nap. I just wanted to check it out. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the seat was definitely starting to show its age. You had this little armrest that popped up and down, but it didn't always work very smoothly. And there were some other things on the seat that were really showing their wear. There were some panels that were falling off. It was definitely showing its age. It's a good seat, it was comfortable, but definitely needs to be updated. This is one of my favorite shots that I got when we were flying, because we were going from Minneapolis to Phoenix, basically snowy cold weather to hot desert. So it's really cool to see this one spot where there's the line where you can see the snow ends and the dry desert begins. A couple hours later, it was time to come in and land in Phoenix. Now, overall, I really like the A330. I think especially the economy product is wonderful with that 242 layout. You get the nice in-flight entertainment. Up in Delta One, it's also a really nice seat. Definitely would recommend it. Do know that they're getting a little older, but I think it's still a great product. The IFE works well up front. The seat's very comfortable. You do have a little bit of legroom, but if you're a little bit shorter, you probably won't have too many issues with the footwell. My feet were just kind of jammed all the way down to the end. It's really a nice plane. So overall, A330 I totally recommend, but what do you guys think? Would you take this, or would you look for a 767, or would you look for the A350? Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see the full landing and takeoff video, I'll put a link right in the top right corner so you can check them out there. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me grow and really helps the channel out. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.